Mike Rolfs. My friends and I were at a house show in Springfield, Illinois. We were at the exit doors watching the wrestlers leave. Barry Horowitz came out with Earl Hebner. This little kid wanted his autograph, and now he was a babyface at this point. He shrugged the kid off. The crowd started booing him and yelled, "Barry, you suck." Oh man, he was pissed. You come down here and say that, big boy? I was just stunned. I was 6'4" at the time, and I'm sure he still would have kicked my ass. My question is, what was the scariest moment you had with a fan while leaving a show?
Oh, a few fights. Well, not full fights. Guy would, I slapped the guy a couple of times because they come up just for people to see them, the fans to see them. And I would come out and they would get too close or try to grab your bag or try to hit you or something. And it got really, really bad in Puerto Rico when we came out. But they were afraid to get too close to you because Puerto Rico, they thought the wrestlers were pretty tough. And because they were throwing rocks and everything else. So you had to watch going out and even getting close to them because they have a bad habit of carrying knives and guns. So you'd have to be wary of that. So I tried to keep my distance. See, when I first went to Puerto Rico, I saw how they were and I heard how they were, the fans. And I found a piece of metal that, that's what they do. They pour concrete around it. Mm. And I found a piece of metal that had a curve in it like a walking stick. I carried that piece of metal with me for 10 months while I was in Puerto Rico. Carried it with me everywhere. So when I would go out, I'd have my bag in one hand, and it was about this long, I guess. I could just get it in my bag to take it. And I'd pull that out and take it in my other hand. So everybody saw that I had something in my hand, so they didn't get too close. But those people meant business down there. Because when they hated you, they hated you.
Yeah.
Coming out of the ring one night, place was sold out, and they had this barrier around the basketball. It was a basketball court. They called them conchas. They had this barrier there, like a fence, with, gates leading in and out or openings. And they were all up against those gates, and I couldn't go. And finally, I tried to go and couldn't get through. And finally, I just had to bust through them. And I had a security guard he really wasn't a security guard. We tried to bust our way through, and we got halfway to the dressing room, and somebody hit me with a fist. Hit me right here, bam, and I'm ducking. There's like, I bet at least 100 around me. And it was just packed. All the people come out of the stands. And then I went down, and some guy kicked me. Bam, right in the face. And now I'm bleeding because he kicked me. I don't know if you can still see that scar there or not, but he got me right there. Blood all over the place. So I got up and I'm putting my hand here to block the shots. And there was 3 guys wearing my ass out. On the way back, I had to go around a corner, the seats, and there was the door. And when I got close, I was really close to the door, but I couldn't reach it. So guess who opened that door?
Go on.
Glenn Jacobs. Mm-hmm. And he stood in that door and he looked at them and they looked at him, and we just all stopped for a second and looked at Glenn, and they looked how big he was. And he just reached out like this and grabbed me by my strap and pulled me in that dressing room, and then looked at them and they took off. So, and I've told Glenn, I said, hey, you kicked me from you saved me from a worse ass kicking than what I was taking. And he pulled me in there. And I remember going to the hospital that night. I had to go to 2 hospitals. I went to one hospital, 14 stitches here, and I had to go another one, and I don't know why I had to go to another one, but I had to have stitches here. I had 8 stitches. I had 20 stitches that night from some guy's boot upside my head. So, but that's how rough it got.